The streets will never make you grow. It's not a seed, it's a gutter. There's no happy endings in this life. So this is my message to you. The streets will never love you back.
Hey guys. Well, what happened was I had to get out of that other stream. I'm sorry. And I had to change it. I don't know, something wasn't working right. But anyway, I'm here. I'm happy you guys are here to show up. And hopefully we can have a good show tonight, okay? The bad news is that Tommy Dades and Carmine Embriali is not going to be here tonight. Carmine, I spoke to Carmine Embriali actually for the first time, and he told me, Jimmy, I'm sorry, I can't make it tonight, but we'll make it for another day. So what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to announce it when he comes on. He has a platform here. He can come on anytime, and he's welcome. But let me give a shout out to Ray the Road Dog, Michael Hill, Boston J, my moderator. I love Boston J. He's a great guy, very loyal to me. I appreciate him very much. Gary Monteleone, my other moderator. Benny from the Bronx, I see you. Matt Jake, Jimmy Emery. Yes, Michael Hill. Damn, Tommy and Carmine, that's too bad, fellas. Yes, they're not going to be here tonight. But the Duke of Dunhurst, Brad R. Brad R. What's up, Brad R? Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Modric Molina. What's up, baby? Princess Mish. What's up, Princess Mish? How are you? Hope everything's okay with you. You know, look, this week I only did a show. I think one show this week, you know. What I have to do is I was actually talking to somebody, and I got to start putting down when I'm going to start doing shows. I have to do shows at least 3 days a week, you know. I mean, I'm getting up there, almost 27,000 followers, family members. That's what I call you people. And, you know, I want to do more. I want to give you guys more. I want to put up actually new thumbnails. So I'm learning how to do that. Gunsmoke, the Don, he helped me with a couple thumbnails. But what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to tell a couple stories, okay? A couple Bad Avenue stories, because I haven't been giving you no Bad Avenue stories, but I'm going to tell you a couple stories that I said before. So one of them is going to be about the Staten Island Mall Bank. You know, that was a successful bank robbery back in the day in 1992. Right before Christmas. So I'll end up telling you that story tonight, because that's a pretty good story. You know, it was successful. We got the money. Nobody got hurt. And everybody was happy. We all went our separate ways and split the money, you know. But Sheba Man, I see you. What's up, baby? How's everything? Justin Calderon, Neil S., Crystal Ward. Hi, Crystal Ward. Thanks for always supporting me. To all you people out there that always support me, I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. We got 62 people in the chat. Hopefully we get some more. And I had another stream. I had to get out of that stream. Something wasn't working. So I just decided, you know what, let me put a new stream. Hopefully those people in that stream, they understand that I'm in a different stream now. And that's about it. Alphonse Taiwai, what's up? How are you? So, you know, there's so much going on with everything. You know, I get emails all the time from a lot of people. And, you know, I get mixed emails. Some people tell me, Jimmy, you know what? Don't address these people. You know, they want your attention. And then other people say, you You know, Jimmy, I'm glad you addressed these people because you know what? All they want to do is ride your name and smear your name and things like that. So, you know, I get mixed feelings over here. But listen, I'm going to do what I want to do. And, you know, when I came on this platform, you know, as you guys know, I was sincere, which I still am. And I went after people who, you know, were knocking me and talking bad about me and making up stories. You know, I know you guys don't want to hear that, but you know, it's something that has to be said. You know, we know who those people are. They made up stories right away. I said something about Gene Gotti. You know, they were saying something about Gene, and I said, you know what, that's not true. Gene Gotti never got slapped. And then right away, as soon as I said that, that's when everyone started smearing my name. They said, Jimmy went with this guy's wife, Jimmy went with that guy's wife, and it was like just a bunch of bullshit. You know, all lies, and other people created lies, and it just went on and on and on. And they started taking my face and started plastering them over here, over there. But this is what happened in YouTube, you know. But you know, I'm not sure if you guys know, but a lot of rules are changing in YouTube. I think they start at the end of this month, so look into that. You know, so hopefully that's a good thing. But you know, now we created We Punch Back. Okay, We Punch Back is a platform where we expose people that go after good people and they smear their names, they tell lies about them, and they attack them. So that's what we created. We Punch Back. And FBS is a part of that. Gunsmoke's a part of that. We have a couple other people a part of that. I think Tony Soflow's a part of that. But what we're doing is we're trying to all come together, you know, and help each other, which is a good thing because that's what you know, that's what you need to do on a platform like this, YouTube. You know, YouTube is very helpful. It could, you know, you could create a following. You can create friends, and there's a lot of people you know, I'm in touch with. I made a lot of friends with on here, which are a lot of good people. So, you know, it's just something I wanted to share with you guys. But let's see how it goes today. Roger Molina, Jimmy, I've been following you through all your wars with A-Light, Lee Cole. You made up with Lee and now with MRE. No, I actually didn't make up with MRE. But, you know, I really don't, I'll tell you the truth, I really don't attack these people. You know, I go about my business and I do my own thing. As far as, you know, that guy, I really don't care for him. I don't like none of these people, I'll tell you the truth. And I just basically focus on myself, you know. And I got some friends on YouTube, of course, as you know, they're part of my family. And if they need me, I'm here for them. And if I need them, they're there for me. And that's the way it should be. But Ray the Road Dog, I could give testimony on a few people and We Punch Back, 100% good people. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. And that's what we try to do, you know. We try to help each other. But at the end of the day, you know what? We're not going to take no bullshit from nobody. That's just the way it is. You know, these people, they think they could, you know, attack somebody and nothing is going to happen back to them. Like they're not going to get attacked back. What we're going to do is we're going to expose them. We're going to expose their lies. And there's a lot of lies on YouTube. You know, a lot of people have been creating a lot of lies about other people. Me personally, I don't do that. You know, I just want to give out good content. I want to make out some good videos and hopefully build my platform. Jimmy, you have your supporters, man. Don't worry about the haters. And you know what? I really don't worry about the haters. I'm at a point in my life, in all honesty. Look, There's a lot of people on YouTube, especially the people in this chat, that are really good people. And I love you guys for supporting me. But as far as YouTube, in all honesty, I couldn't give a fuck about YouTube. I really can't, you know? And I could walk away from this probably sometime, you know, but I do like it because I do get to tell stories. I can make some videos and, I make friends, and I made a lot of good friends on here. Had conversations with them, emails back and forth, correspond. I got invited to a couple places, and I have to also shout out to Don Berlin. Don Berlin. I was supposed to talk to Don Berlin earlier today. What happened was, I ran out with my daughter. I had to get my car inspected. I had to get my oil changed. I had to go shopping for some food. I had a really busy day today. I was running around all over the place. I got home late, stuff like that. But Don Berlin, I got to give you a call because you're always there in my corner. And I forgot to call you today. I said I'm going to call you in 10 minutes. And you know what? I forgot to call you. I was like so busy. Like I'm trying to catch up on some things. But Benny Bronx, Jimmy, any chance you can bring Sammy G on your show one day? Look, I would love to have Sammy on my show. Sammy is, Sammy's a good guy. Sammy's a character. He really is. Sammy's a funny guy. I mean, if you're ever in Sammy's company, he really is funny. He'll make you laugh. He's a guy. He takes no bullshit. That's for sure. But he's funny, really. He knows how to laugh and make a joke. But I actually miss him. But you know what it is too? On this YouTube thing, it's like people are so jealous of other people. Like people are so jealous of my relationship that I had with Sammy, that I went on Sammy's show, and that he chose me to come see him. And I spent some time with him. And people are so jealous of that. So, we'll see. If Sammy wants to come on, Sammy's always invited over here all the time. But we'll see what happens in the future, But Sammy, if you're watching, hopefully we could get together again and, chop it up and have a couple laughs. And I see, speaking of Sammy, Sammy actually has Salvatore coming out. This is, he created this, whether it's a series or a TV show, but if you watch it, it's pretty cool. This guy is starting to act. It's a storyline of somewhere in his life. Some of it is make-believe. Some of it is true. But I'll tell you, he's a pretty good actor. I think I watched a little trail of him, maybe 3.5 minute sizzle piece. And it's pretty cool. So if you can, check it out on Sammy's channel, But I'd love to have Sammy come in for sure, definitely. And let's see what else is going on over here. Jimmy Emery. Jimmy, do you remember a rehearsal studio on Bay 19th and Bat Master Blend Studios? We rehearsed there for years. Of course I remember it. Kidding me? You're going back a long time. And you know what? Those were the days. That rehearsal studio was great. Everyone used to go in there, used to go dancing and stuff. But yeah, it was a fun time. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link eventually. Anybody wants to come on, they could come on. And I also want to give a shout out to Fly Me to the Moon. I haven't spoke to Gerard in a while. I'll tell you, I've just been real busy. I'm trying to make something happen with my life, with my children, do the right thing. I have good people in my company. I want to give you guys more videos. And, that's what I'm working on. So look, I remember when I was a kid growing up, and I look back on these memories because these memories are the best memories of my life. I'm sure you guys look back and you look on the best memories of your life. The best memories of my life is when my mom and dad lived in the same home. And I was growing up, my sister, my brother, We were young kids. I remember when my mother used to dress me nice when I was a kid, and we were like the envy of others, and then your life gets destroyed. My life got destroyed. My father left the home. Obviously my mom and dad, they separated, and then, you know, your father's not there no more in the home. So I wish that every little boy and girl out there grows up with a mom and dad, because it's very important to have a mom and dad in the house. But let me read some of these comments and we'll start off like that. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And also this week we had James Caan pass away. James Caan was a great actor. I loved him in The Godfather. He played Sonny Corleone. I loved him in movie Thief. He was in Misery. He played so many films, but James Caan was a great actor. And he's going to be missed. We're probably never going to see another like him. And also, I think a day or two ago, we lost Tony Sirico. So these are guys you're never going to see again. Tony Sirico, as Paulie Walnuts in The Sopranos. And it's just a shame. We also just lost Ray Liotta. So you got all these great actors passing away. And, we're never going to see them again. So if you had time, if you got a photo with them, if you got in some kind of room with them and had a conversation with them, these are the things that, you will remember. But, I got to shake Al Pacino's hand on the set of The Irishman. So that was pretty cool. Al Pacino is one of my favorite actors. Another guy I love is Sylvester Stallone. These guys are still with us, but I'm just saying, So it's like you have to live in the moment every day of your life, because that moment passes you by. So that's why you have to wish people good things. But fly me to the moon, Gerard, I see you. Just got in from observing the moon. There you go. Fly me to the moon. So Gerard is now Fly Me to the Moon. Good for you, Gerard. And that's a great song too, Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra. Alphonse, Jimmy, you got good people on your side. That's what counts. Okay, that's what counts. I got you. Dion Sanchez, life is short. It really is. Life is short. Look, I lost both my parents. My father, I lost at the age of 59 years old, pancreatic cancer. I never got to really say a proper goodbye to him. I was sitting in prison, and my mom, I had dinner with her 2 nights before, and me and my sister, we go visit her apartment, and she's dead on the floor. So you know what? Appreciate the people in your life. And you know what? There's so much bullshit going on, even with this country. I could go on and talk about politics, but who wants to talk about it? But there's so much bullshit. So, look, take one day at a time. If you got good people in your life, tell them you love them, appreciate them, be grateful you have them, because, everyone has their day, unfortunately. It's inevitable. It has to happen. But let's see what we got over here. Hey, Jimmy, could you ask Tommy Dades, did he consult Terry Winter on Sopranos? It seems like a lot of inside info was given to Sopranos crew by authorized person. Well, you know what? When Tommy Dades comes on, we could talk about that. I don't think he consulted with Terry Winters. Actually, Terry Winters is a great writer. But, I'll ask him when he's on here one day for sure. Let me see what else we got over here. Benny Bronx, God bless your parents' soul, Jimmy. Thank you. I appreciate it. We got 101 people in the chat. I wish Tommy Dades and Carmine Embriali would have showed up. It would have been nice. We could have talked about a couple of things. I actually spoke to Carmine yesterday, and I wrote down some questions I'm going to ask him the next time I talk to him. Let's see what else we got over here. Jasper, nice club, 18th bed. did you know them Jasper nightclub? Jasper nightclub. I'm not sure about that one. That one might be a long time ago, before my time, or maybe when I was away. But no, I haven't heard of Jasper. No, not on 18th and Bed. Okay, let me see. Christopher Danjo. You see John Panisi's piece today on Gallo being set up for Colombo hit. You know what? I did watch a little of that. And I'll tell you, you know what? Joe Gallo was a hell of a gangster. I mean, he defied the boss. Eventually, you know, he was killed for it. But in that life, you know what? Talking about gangsters, which is a good conversation because a lot of people are intrigued by these gangsters. You know, we could talk about who is one of your favorite gangsters, who was one of your craziest gangsters, you know, who was one of the smartest gangsters. But Joe Gallo had big balls. He wasn't afraid of nobody. And, you know, listen, he died in Burroughs Clam House. So, you know, it's imagine going out to Burroughs Clam House and sitting in there and just knowing that, you know what, this is the place they killed Joe Gallo. It's like going to Sparks Steakhouse, right? You know, Paul Castellano and Tommy Bellotti got blasted right in front of the steakhouse. And it's something because when one of these gangsters get killed in these restaurants, right away it makes that restaurant famous and everybody wants to go there and eat, right? It's pretty crazy, all these restaurants. But New York definitely has the best restaurants, that's for sure. Yes, it's true. Joe Gallo out of President Street and Carroll Gardens. Let's see, Jimmy, maybe you should interview Red Wemett from Chicago Outfit. I would love to have him on. That guy's an old timer. You know, he's seen a lot of things in his lifetime. I would love to interview him. Why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about when we got together and we robbed the Staten Island Mall. That was 1992. You know, there's a lot of stories out there that you know, people really don't know the truth to these stories. They end up telling these stories. But before I get into that, let me just say something now. You know, you had, and a lot of people don't want me talking about this, but you had this guy, Robert Rosso. Okay, he came on Lee Cole's show the other day, but before he came on the show, okay, he talks about all these years he did in prison for selling drugs and stuff like that. So a couple people emailed me, and they made a good point. The good point is that, you know what, this guy has the balls to talk about anybody. Meanwhile, he sold drugs to everybody on the street. And he must have like killed so many people by selling drugs to them. So someone like that, what he does is he mentions names like Carmine Persico. He mentions names like Joey Testa, Tommy Karate. And he goes on these other shows. When he first came on, you had these little morons. Okay, yeah, let him come on my show, you know. And he used them to get a platform. So what you did was you had Chomo on your show. That's exactly what you did. You know, he's a Chomo. I mean, the guy admits it on Lee Cole's show. If you go look at Lee Cole's show, Robert Rosso, he admits he's a Chomo. He sat on a table with a bunch of child molesters. He says it right out of his own mouth. I mean, so, you know, all these guys who had him on his show, their show, I mean, they should really look at themselves because they were desperados. And a lot of these guys were talking so nice about him. And you know what? This is the thing. When you knock me and talk bad about me, don't think I'm just going to stand there and, you know what, take it in. Yeah, I'm going to listen what you're going to say and stuff like that. But at the end, you know what? I'm going to come back at you because I don't know, you know, I'm not going to take no nonsense from nobody, especially these clowns and these parasites. that want to make a name for themselves, and they use everyone else's name to make a name for themselves. So, they're all a bunch of garbage cans. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't care for none of them. They're all garbage cans. That's what they are. And, they think that there's somebody, meanwhile they're nobody, and they talk a mile a minute, and they never did anything in their life. But what they do is they point fingers at everybody else. They want to tell everybody else's story. But let me get into the how me, Chris Paciello, Gerard Bellafiore, Tommy Reynolds, and William Galloway, when we robbed the Staten Island Mall Bank. Okay, it's an interesting story. I told this story before, but if no one ever heard it, you're gonna hear it from me today. Okay, so I'm just looking at these. Here you go, being a victim again. Okay, let's change that. And let me tell you, look, I'm no victim, that's for sure. But these people on here, they want to come on my chat and they want to pinpoint what I did in my life, okay? And that's one thing. Look, I was never a victim in my life, never, okay? But you start out at one place and you move forward and you go on in life and you're no longer at that place anymore. So, but let me talk about the Staten Island Mall. The Staten Island Mall was Chris Paciello's score, okay? Originally, he was supposed to do that score with some kids from Bay Parkway. Now, when we used to rob banks, at nighttime, taking the night deposit box off, okay? What you do is you put 2 crowbars in, you pull them off. You get 4 screws, 1, 2, and you get a drill, zip, 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 zip. And you take out the night deposit box, then you put a fish hook on the bottom of a stick, you grab them, and you go fishing. Now, this was a score where we had to jump through the window. We had to grab a shopping cart full of money with canvas bags, grab the money, and run it to a stolen van. Now, before we did this score, Chris Paciello contacted Gerard Bellafiore, okay? Now, Chris knew that I was very friendly with Gerard Bellafiore. I did some scores with Gerard. And Gerard, rest his soul, was one of the best thieves I ever met in my lifetime. Seriously, I give him that credit. He's one of the best thieves, and the kid was never broke. The kid always made money. So, and you know what? When I met him, he was a funny kid. I met him through William Galloway. William Galloway was dating some girl in my building, and all of a sudden he's sitting outside, and I never said hello to Willie until I see little Georgie Adamo with him. Little Georgie Adamo brings Willie around. He says, "Jimmy, this is my friend Willie," and then I start again to know him. I'm going to read some comments to him, go in and out of the story. "Jimmy, I admire you for making your past a cautionary tale for young people. You are moving on and redeeming your past deeds. That's honor. Good on you." Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. So little Georgie Adamo brings Willie around. Now, when Willie's around, okay, at this time, we're young kids and we smoke pot. Smoking pot. I mean, pot was a big thing growing up. And Willie had this blue Regal. And we used to go cruising in his blue Regal. So all of a sudden, Willie brings around Gerard Bellafiore. And Gerard's telling us about, you know what, you want to do a night deposit box. A night deposit box. And I go like this. I said, "What's a night deposit box?" And we go for a ride, and he shows me. He said, "That's a night deposit box." And he explains. He says, "Right behind that wall is thousands and thousands of dollars. That 2-brick wall, it's right behind there. We pop off that night deposit box, and There's thousands of dollars there, canvas bags. Now, this is a time, too, you got to remember, there was no cameras. Okay, we're going back to, the late 80s. There's no cameras at this time. Cameras came later on. So I go, okay, yeah, let's go do a night deposit box. And eventually we do a night deposit box. My first score I did with Gerard, there was like over 100,000. And I got like 25,000, 80,000, 60. And the money just started coming in. And I was like, wow, this is where the money is, robbing the banks. So Chris Paciello finds out that Gerard is hanging around some of the Bath Avenue boys. And Chris reaches out to Gerard and say, Gerard, you think Jimmy will want to do a score? And he says, of course. He says, you know what? Well, you want to talk to him? And I go meet Chris Paciello. Okay. Now, Chris was originally from 11th Avenue in Brooklyn. I didn't know Chris growing up. So let me get that straight. Me and Chris, we didn't know each other. Chris was from the other side of the neighborhood. He had two other brothers. And but he knew about the Bath Avenue crew. We were wild kids, and we were making a name for ourselves. Hung around wise guys in and out of social clubs. We were reckless, So, we were, when Bath Avenue, our neighborhood rang bells, for sure, 100%. Bath Avenue was always known to be a wild avenue. So I sit down with Chris. Chris, we're sitting down. We went to some restaurant in Staten Island, and we're eating, and he's explaining to me this score. So I go there with Tommy Reynolds to meet Chris, and we pass by the Staten Island Mall. We walk in, and he shows us. He said, look, we just walk in. He says, really, don't make it obvious. Don't look around, stuff like that. As we look around, there's these three big windows, okay? It's busy. The Staten Island Mall's busy. And he says, Jimmy, he says, all you have to do is smash the window, and there's this manager that brings a shopping cart over to the night deposit, and he unloads all the canvas bags into a shopping cart, okay? And there's a lot of canvas bags there. There's maybe $1 million worth of canvas bags. Now, you got to remember something, too. This was a time when there was a lot of cash going around. It wasn't just credit cards. Today, everyone's using a credit card, so there's not a lot of cash. Even if you did a night deposit box today, you're not going to get cash. You're basically going to get a lot of receipts. You'll get a little cash, but nothing compared to years ago. Back in the day, cash was king. Now today, it's all credit cards. You give them your credit card, you give them your debit card, and you get a receipt. So, okay, we put the score together. Okay, Gerard goes out the night before, and what he does is he steals a van. Okay, so we have a stolen van sitting in front of Chris's house. And let me see who this is. 1 minute. Jimmy, you're a real guy. Who was the best street fighter you've ever seen? Jerry Cooney with KO, Joe Pizza. I don't think so, buddy. I think Joe Pizza would have beat him. But who knows? Okay. But so Gerard goes out, he gets a stolen van. Now, Gerard was a character. Okay, if you ever met Gerard, Gerard used to walk around in his apartment and had a couple of them with these big toenails and stuff like that. Clap, clap, clap. And I said, you can't make this shit up. This shit is fucking comical. Gerard as a character. And Gerard, when he stole a car, he would do it with his bare hands. He didn't even need a screwdriver. That's how good he was. And so he steals the van, and we get ready. We watch this score a couple times before we do it, and now we're getting ready to do it. So one morning, I'm in Brooklyn. I pick up Tommy Reynolds. Gerard and Willie meet us at Chris's house. I get to Chris's house with Tommy. Willie and Gerard's there. and Chris is watching this film of him hanging out with some girl, him having sex with some girl that night, some girl from Staten Island. And we're watching it for maybe 5-10 minutes, saying the girl's on top of him and, stuff like that. And, we're having a joke out of it. We're laughing. And so we go through the score. We hop in the stolen van. Chris hops in his car. We have scanners. We have walkie-talkies. And I have a mask of an old man, a scary mask. I have a pistol on me. And Tommy Reynolds has a pistol on us. And we got 2 axe handles, okay? Now, you got to remember something. Back in the day, not a lot of people would do this score. You got to have big balls to do the score. You have to have a lot of heart to do the score. This is not a score where you're taking off a night deposit box. What you're doing is, you're smashing a window. You got to jump through the window. You got to grab the money, the shopping cart. You got to lift it up. You got to put it over the window. And then you got to hand it to somebody. And they got to run it to the stolen van. And this is exactly what happened. So all of a sudden, Chris has his car parked. Chris is going to be the first one to go in the Staten Island Mall, okay, early in the morning. This is like maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. And Chris is going to give us the okay. Once he starts seeing the manager start putting the canvas bags into the shopping cart, he's going to give us the okay and go. Once he says go, me and Reynolds are going to run in there, okay? And we're going to break the window. Bang. Okay, we both have masks on. Okay, Halloween mask. So Chris walks through. He's eyeballing it. They're putting the money in the shopping cart. Now, he wants to make sure all the money gets in the shopping cart. And all of a sudden, on the walkie-talkie, he goes, Jimmy. He goes, go. Okay, I said, let's go, Tommy. So me and Reynolds were walking through there. We have axe handles, both of us in our hand. And all of a sudden, we just smashed the window. Bang! Bang! And the window smashes. Bang! And the manager goes, ah! So once the manager does that, me and Tommy Reynolds, I'm the first one in. Okay? I jump right in. I don't care. I mean, listen, I was a ballsy kid back then. And Tommy Reynolds follows my lead. He follows me. He goes in. We grab the shopping cart. He grabs one end. I grab the other. And we hand it to the kid, William Galloway. Okay? When we hand it to William Galloway, he runs the shopping cart to the stolen van where Gerard is waiting for us right outside. We lift it up. We put it in the stolen van. We hop in. And we take off. Gerard takes off. Chris is following us just in case. Chris is a crash car. Just in case if the cops chase us or something, Chris is supposed to crash into them. So we go straight to Chris's house. Chris had this electric garage door. Presses the button. We go right underneath his building. We're putting all the money in a big plastic bag, all the canvas bags in a big plastic bag. And now it's like a Santa Claus, okay? We go right to the elevator. When we get to the elevator, it's funny because there's a guy in the elevator and he sees us, okay? And he's like, what the hell are all these guys? But he ends up getting off like the first floor, okay? And, we were quiet, stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, we go into Chris's floor. I think Chris was on the second or third floor. And that's, we go right in his apartment. We empty out all the bags. Okay. We start cutting up the canvas bags, emptying the money. The first thing we did was all the canvas bags got emptied first. We put all the money on the floor. We piled it all on the floor. All the canvas bags, the empties went into a garbage bag. We got rid of that right away. Okay. And burnt that. That's what we did. And then we just started counting the money. We counted close to $500,000. Okay. There was 400 and something thousand dollars. We split that money 5 ways. Okay. Now, just think about the adrenaline that went on when we split that money. Okay, it was a nice day. It was a successful score because nobody got hurt. Okay, and a couple wise guys in the neighborhood heard about the score. A couple wise guys in the neighborhood wanted to know who did the score. They never found out. But when Joe Benanti, he's a wise guy in the Bonanno family, when he found out I did the score, he said, Jimmy, he said, I wish you would have told me, because he wanted to be involved. He said, we could have did something with that money. I said, Joe, I said, what am I going to do? So anyway, we all split the money up. Okay, true story. We all split the money up. And when we're done splitting it up, Chris goes to me. He says, Jimmy, he says, do I have to give anything to Paulie, meaning Paulie G? So I go, yeah, you know what? You could stake him, give him 3,000. And he gives me 3,000 to give to Paulie G. So me and Tommy Reynolds, we leave together. Willie and Gerard, they leave together. And listen, we're happy like a pig in shit. You know, we're just having a good time. We just did a nice score. We got a couple dollars. Tommy ends up going his way. He puts his money away. And I go to my apartment. I put my money away. But the thing is, in that score, after we did it, then we heard later on throughout the grapevine that there was supposed to be people waiting for us when we left the house. I don't know who they were supposed to be, maybe the Bay Parkway kids, whatever it was. But me and Reynolds, we had pistols and we were ready. So if anybody was waiting for us, we knew what was going to happen. But nobody was waiting for us. But, you know, that's what we heard, that Chris was supposed to set us up, which Chris didn't. But that's what we heard, that Chris wanted to set us up. But then he had second thoughts of setting us up, which that would have been a big mistake. So we got away with that score. That score was very successful. And we made a little name for ourselves throughout the neighborhood, throughout Staten Island, throughout Brooklyn. And when you do something like that, it gets around quick. Some people will never know, but a lot of people do know in the neighborhood, you know. But Chris was a money kid. He did a lot of scores. And no one else had the balls to do that score. But Chris called me, and we're the ones who jumped through that window and grabbed that money. So that takes a lot of balls. It just goes to show you where my head was at that time, you know. But let me read some comments here. Jimmy, I would have ran to Limelight after that score and party all night. But you know what? That's the thing, too. What we did was we did party. I mean, look, when I was a kid, in all honesty, I think every day was a party, you know. There was times where, you know, we would throw parties for ourselves. So everyone in the Calandra family gives some love to my little bro, Ryan Brown, great, loyal Christian, God loving. Ryan Brown, what's up, baby? Yeah, so, you know, that's one score that was successful. And Jennifer Ledette, hey, y'all, hope my Calandra family is doing well tonight. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Thanks for showing up. But that's one of them. I'm going to tell you a funny story, okay? Now, back in the day, we used to rob a lot of cars, okay? When I was a kid, we used to rob cars. Now, the Fords were very easy to tilt, okay? You just broke the steering column, bang, you broke it. I'm saying they were hard to break. You had to break it. Get a screwdriver and you tilt it. And the Fords had this device where you just push it up and the car starts, okay? Starts right up, boom, starts up. Now, some other cars were very hard to start. What happened was I steal this car in Staten Island. Now, back in the day, Staten Island, Brooklyn, look, nothing was safe, okay? We started stealing cars when we were kids. We would get the cars, we would pick them up, and then we would drive them to Brooklyn to this kid Pinsky, little Pinsky. he's out there. He's probably watching and probably laughing right now. And we would drop them off to him, and he would pay us money for them, just for a drop off. You know, he would chop them up. He would make tons of money. Tons of money he would make. Okay. So, okay. So he would make tons of money, little Pinsky. I think he was, so he would chop them up, but then you had the high expensive cars. But this one time what happened was I robbed this car in Staten Island, and I'm driving. All of a sudden, Gerard and Willie's following me. Okay, I'm in a stolen car, and all of a sudden, the car dies, and it dies right in front of a police car, and they're looking at me. Gerard and Willie are maybe 2 cars behind me, and all of a sudden, the cop cars block me off. And I go like this. I said, wow, I'm fucked. I'm nabbed. I'm caught over here. So they come over. I try to talk my way out of it. And they find out it's a stolen car. I got arrested. Gerard and Willie, they bailed me out the next day. But these are the things that happen. You know, funny things. I'm driving a stolen car. All of a sudden, the car dies. And there's a cop car right there. And I got arrested. And I went through the system. But, you know, back then, there was a lot of stolen cars. I remember one time, me, Gerard, and Willie were out. We're stealing cars. And all of a sudden, we crack open up a van. And we go underneath the seat. And there's a whole payroll there. A payroll. Maybe close to $15,000 in cash in envelopes, okay? And this guy was paying everybody. He might have been in the hotel because we drove into a hotel parking lot. He was probably in the hotel with some broad, some woman, probably having sex or something. We broke into his truck, and there's a whole payroll over maybe $15,000 in cash. We got $5,000 a piece. But these are the things back in the day we used to do, you know. And Chris did the same thing. I mean, that's why they call him the Binger. I mean, back in the day, listen, that's all we did was rob and steal all the time, you know. And we had fun doing it. I'm saying we'd be driving around with a soda, a bag of chips or something, stop for lunch. It was like a job. Okay, what are we doing? Who are we robbing today? And, you know, look, I'm not glorifying that. This is just a life that I was living as a kid, you know, with no direction and, you know, making money. But at the end, look at all my friends. Look at Willie today, okay? Look at Gerard. He's gone. And there's a lot of things about Gerard Bellafiore on the internet. If you mention his name, put his name in Google. There was one incident, Gerard Bellafiore, he was getting chased by a police car. And what he did was he was in a Corvette and he drove right into a whole bunch of other cars into a parking lot, and the whole car went boom, you know. But there was a lot of wild times back then, a lot of police chases, people, cops chasing us and us getting away. Let me read some stories over here. Jimmy, how did Sparrow feel when Georgie Adamo died? Did he want to find the guys who did it? I'm going to tell you the truth. You know what? I don't think Anthony Sparrow had any feelings about when little Georgie Adamo died. You know, I don't know. I'm not even sure if Anthony Sparrow went to little Georgie Adamo's wake. You know, I don't remember him going to the wake. But Anthony Sparrow, you know, he didn't really care about little Georgie Adamo. After a while, little Georgie was, you know, he got addicted to drugs, and he was running wild, and Sparrow was getting a lot of complaints from people. You know, I remember little Georgie. He used to go. There was a guy named Sally Black. He owned a car lot on 18th Avenue and Cropsey Avenue. Okay, and Georgie would go in there and say, Sally, let me drive this car. I want to take it for a ride. I might buy it. And Georgie would just take the car and he would never come back. But there was a lot of complaints about Georgie when he got addicted to the drugs. You know, Georgie was out and he was doing some crazy stuff back then, you know. But Sparrow didn't baptize Georgie. Eddie Leno baptized Georgie. And Eddie Leno was very close with little Georgie's father, Georgie Crowbar. You know, so that was Georgie's real godfather was Eddie Leno. Anthony Sparrow stepped in at his communion or confirmation, one of them. But you know, he was like a wise guy uncle, Anthony Sparrow, to little Georgie. Ryan Brown, little contribution from my friend, $4.99. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. But yeah, Sparrow wasn't you know, I don't think he was you know, there for Georgie. You know, that's the thing too. You know, little Georgie's father was Georgie Crowbar, very well respected. Eventually he gets killed. But you know, that's the thing. I don't think they did their job as far as keeping an eye on, you know, little Georgie and putting him in the right direction. You know, but that's my opinion anyway. So you know what? Let me drop a link. I'll see who wants to come in, and we could chop it up, talk about some stuff. And look, addiction kills lots of people for sure. You know, and little Georgie, I tell you, you know what? He was a good kid growing up. He was a tough kid. And, you know, there's a couple of my friends who passed away, overdosed. And, you know what? Looking back, it's a sad thing. It really is. Eddie G. Anyone's father gets murdered, good chance they will kill that pain. Jimmy, did you ever meet Nicodeme or Little Nicky Scarfo? No, I never met Little Nicky. Little Nicky's a Philadelphia guy. I'll tell you, you know what? I was just watching Little Nicky in a courtroom maybe a couple of days ago because every so often I'm on the phone and I said, oh, wow, you know what? You run into something. So I was watching Little Nicky Scarfo, and this guy was a gangster. Little Nicky. I don't care what anybody says. This guy was a gangster. The only sad thing about Nicky Scarfo was when he had the guy Testa killed, the young kid. He was like the Prince of Philadelphia. I think that kid was, you know, definitely up and coming. But it just goes to show you in that life, you know what? There is no, there ain't no friendships. You can't trust anybody. In that life, you know what? You have to shoot your way to the top. You have to kill people because you can't trust nobody. There's no honor. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, to me, maybe years ago it was, but it definitely wasn't at that time, for sure. All right, so we got Neil Steiner. Let me see what Neil Steiner has to say. Neil, what's up?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. How are you? How's everything?
Pretty good. How do I sound on this phone? I just got a new phone.
You sound good.
Okay, good. Because last time I was on, I only stopped in for like a minute or two, and I think my phone was like really bad or something.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. How you doing on this Saturday night? Good?
Yeah, you know, just chopping it up. I figure I'd come on, see what's going on out there.
Okay, right on. Just, you know, stopping in, say hi, and, you know, always got your back, buddy, just like everybody here in the chat.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, working a lot lately, but I try to catch your shows. I don't really know your schedule too well, you know, when you come on or not.
And you know what? That's the thing, too. What I have to do is I have to put together a schedule because it's like, you know, catch me if you can, you know?
Right. What's going on with that meet and greet? Are you putting that together or? Because I seen Boston Jay saying something about trying to put something together.
Yes, I am putting it together. I'm not sure. It might be in Pennsylvania. It might be in Jersey. I'm not sure. But once I find out for sure, I will definitely let everyone know. Let me just read this quick. Jimmy, if Paulie G was never murdered, do you think your life would have turned out different? Well, I can't give you an answer to that, but it is what it is. Paulie G was murdered, so I can't answer that question. Yeah. So what are you doing tonight over there?
I finally get to relax. I'm an electrician at a hospital down here by Camden. So we're busy all the time. I finally have a night off to myself, which is great, you know. Just work all the time like you. You said you're in the union, right?
Yeah, I'm a union guy.
Yeah, I'm a union electrician too down here in South Jersey.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Yeah, been in 23 years.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
do another 10 and hang it up, I hope, you know.
Good. Good for you.
Either that or I was thinking about taking my inspector's license, but we'll see how that goes, man. It's a lot of school, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to be an inspector, it's a lot of responsibility. I don't know if I just want to work another 10 years or go into that, you know, but all good things. I got 4 kids. My oldest, she just graduated high school. She's going to Rutgers down here by Camden. And then I got 3 others in high school. So I still got a ways to go with kids, you know what I mean? Your kids aren't even in high school yet, right?
No, my kids are they're young, and that's the thing too. You know what? You got to start thinking about like my kids 8 and 13. So my oldest one just went to 8th grade. So now 9th grade. We got to see what school she's going to be going to next year.
Oh, okay.
So these are all the things you got to start thinking about now.
Did they go to Catholic school or is it all public school?
They're in public school right now.
Okay.
But as the schools get as they get older, the schools get a little rougher.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear that.
Yeah, and then you need a certain average to get into other schools.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I had 2 girls first. They're my oldest, and my youngest I have identical twin boys, and they had a bit of a rough go the last 2 years. You know, just kind of coming into becoming, like early manhood, whatever. You know, they've gotten a little froggy, but getting them straightened out. You know, on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough, man. I'm looking after four kids, man. I don't have a lot of time and getting pulled in so many different directions. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? That's the thing between working and sitting down with your kids, spending time with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you got only 24 hours in the day.
Right. And you want to spend individual time with your kids too, not just always as a group. You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have girls, so I don't know. I don't know how it is to have boys, but girls are a little different.
Yeah. No, I went through that, man. I went through a rough stage with especially my second daughter. So she'll be a junior this year, and yeah, the last 2 years have been something else. Let me tell you.
Well, the kids are the best. I'll tell you. You know what? They're the best. I just want to see my kids do good. I tell them go to school. This way, when you get older, you know what? You could be independent and stuff like that.
Right.
And never depend on a man.
Right. Exactly. But try to be the best role model that you can. Show them that you get up early and you go to work every day and you bring home money and you do all the right things in life. Like you say, put God first.
Yeah. So you're close to Philly.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes from Philly on the Jersey side.
Are you in Philly all your life?
Well, South Jersey, yeah. I lived down towards Atlantic City, but
Right.
I met a woman out towards the west side of South Jersey, so you know how that goes,
Yeah.
She grew up out in this area. Like I live in Morristown, New Jersey, which is like Burlington County. It's a nice town, suburbs.
Yeah. So Philadelphia, I tell you,
But
you know what? You guys had a lot of gangsters out there in Philadelphia.
yeah, definitely. I could talk to you privately about some things I wouldn't want to, that I've seen around, definitely. But
Yeah.
another time, you know what I mean? Don't like to kiss and tell like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'll tell you, you know what, Philadelphia, man. Seriously, I mean, going down throughout mobster history,
Yeah.
there's a lot of wild guys out there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when I lived down towards Atlantic City as a kid, I remember when Scarfo was living on Georgia Avenue and all that was going down in the 80s, you know. So you got me by a few years, but I'm 46, but I definitely remember all that stuff in the 80s, you know, with the Scarfo wars and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Look, I talk about the mob every so often, and you know, I basically tell my stories of my life.
Yeah.
But you know, little Nicky Scarfo, I'll tell you, that guy was definitely a rootless gangster. I mean,
Crazy.
and you know what? When he killed Salvi Testi, I'll tell you, that was like Sal Test. That guy was like, you know, he knew eventually this kid was going to be a boss.
Right. Well, it was the Chicken Man's son, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he had it in him, and
Right.
when he came to that, and he had to get rid of him, it's like these people you have to be rootless.
Yeah, he was always scared somebody was going to take that position. You know what I mean? That's the way I seen it. I think Angelo Bruno was probably the best boss, you know, but they called him, I guess, the gentle Don. You know, you never heard really anything going bad until Scarfo, you know, took over.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I definitely remember, you know, because like the Philly mob was like split. You know, they had South Philadelphia, but then like Nicky Scarfo and Phil Leonetti, you know, they're like family. They were like on the Jersey faction, I guess, if you want to call that. So like I remember all that Atlantic City shit, man. And when he took over, forget about it. He corrupted all of Atlantic City, especially that I'm trying to think of that union. What is that? Geez, I can't think of the union. Does the casino workers and everything. He had his mitts and all that, you know.
you know what I don't get. This is what I don't get. I mean, you look at little Nicky Scarfo, you look at John Gotti, you look at these bosses, even a guy like Albert Anastasia, and you have all these other grown men
Right.
follow them.
Right.
And not only do they follow them, but they fear them.
Right.
You know, and then when all the, you know, throughout history, you go back, like right now, John Gotti's gone, little Nicky Scarfo's gone, Albert Anastasia's gone. You know what? People got to say, how the fuck do these people like follow these guys? Like, why didn't they just clip little Nicky Scarfo at the time?
Well, yeah, that's a great point. But
and I'm sure a lot of those guys that were in his crew probably look back and say, you know what? Why don't we just fucking clip this guy?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Like you talked about Salvi Testa, man. You know, obviously I didn't know him personally, but you know, you hear the different stories, and man, he's just like a good human being for as much as that could be. With as far as the mob is, he should have never been killed, man. You know, that was just I guess Scarfo just scared of him taking over, like you were saying. You know, at some point. But
I also got Fly Me to the Moon in here. Let me throw him in here too.
You got it. You want me to jump off? Let somebody else on?
You can stay. You can stay on. You can stay on if you want. Yeah, you can stay on.
You can stay.
Gerard,
hey,
how are you, buddy?
Gerard, how are you?
Good. How are you? Hey,
Hey,
I had a question about the bank in the Staten Island Mall. How many people were in the employees were in the bank at the time when you guys hit it? That heist.
There was 2 people in the morning.
Wow.
2 people, just the people who opened it up. The manager, just the manager, and I guess both of them were managers.
That's amazing, man. That's a story in and of itself. Boy, that'll make a good movie.
I'll tell you, it's amazing because, you know, if you think about it, I mean, you know, it takes a lot of balls to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me ask you something. Did you when you went in that deposit box? Did you use the fish hooks and the weights? Is that how you got it out?
No, what you do is you just put a fish hook on the bottom of like a broom handle.
Yeah.
Like a broomstick. I'm saying just, you know, put a fish hook there. You just hit it, boom, and then the canvas bag comes right up. And then you pull the canvas bag up, you grab another one. You know, you go fishing. That's how it was. That's how it was back then. You got to remember something. Look, there was no cameras back then, and there was no alarms on these night deposit boxes. And
Right.
then later on, they put the alarms on the night deposit boxes. But at times, there was even times when we used to build not cardboard, but I would say wood around a night deposit box. And we would just be in there and just breaking it open as people like driving by and stuff.
So it wasn't like really deep down. Once you got in that box, it wasn't like too far down into the box. It would only be a couple feet.
About 4 or 5 feet.
Wow, that's wild, man.
Yep.
Dude, that's some brass balls, dude, right there. Dude, holy shit.
It just goes to show you, what you would do for money.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when you ain't got it, you got to get it, right? Jesus.
Yep.
But yeah. One other point I wanted to say. I was like, I was thinking about like, all these mobs, dude, all these families have all this money, like hundreds of millions of dollars, right? All these families. When is enough money? You know what I mean? Why are people? Why would people get killed? I mean, how much money does one person need? Like, meaning the boss and the captain. You know what I mean? Everybody is eating, doing good, right? It just comes to the point, like, I mean, how much money can you really have and spend, right?
I mean, these guys, look at a guy like Joe Messina. This guy had gold bars in his ceiling.
Right.
So, you know what? There's not enough money. That's what it is. There's not enough money.
I don't know. I just need a couple million. I'd be all right, man. You wouldn't hear from me ever again. I'd be gone. But look, just a couple million, right? Just invest it, do something with it. I don't need hundreds of millions, just enough so I could just hang it up even a little earlier, right?
And look, back in the day, these old timers, look at a guy like Meyer Lansky, Lucky Luciano, just thinking about the money they had. Look at Bugsy Siegel putting together Las Vegas.
Right.
It's insane, but money makes the world go round. It's the truth. Money is like fuel. It gets you to where you got to go.
Yeah. And what they say, the root of all evils too, it's like, crazy. But anyway, I'm going to jump off. Thanks for having me on, Jim. Just let you know. Always got your back, buddy. Want to stop in or whatever. I meant to tell you too. I don't know if you saw it in the chat, man, because I love that you put that message with God. I don't want to make it sound too weird, but I stopped by the church, light a candle for some people that are going through some things, and you were one of the people on my list to light a candle for last week. So I just want to, you know what I mean? I hate seeing people get attacked, dude. You get attacked way too hard online by some of these scumbags, So just letting you know, you got people in your corner, which I'm sure you already know that. I don't have to tell you that. But I'll step off. You take care and God bless. Gerard, God bless you too. And everybody in the chat. We'll talk again.
Thank you, Neil.
All right, fellas. Be
God
well.
bless.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
So, hey, Jimmy, do you mind if you plug my channel? For people who like astronomical telescopes and that kind of thing.
Sure, go for it.
The name of my channel, everybody, is Fly Me to the Moon, Gerard.
There you go.
If you're interested, that's it.
That's it. If you're interested in watching, sights in the sky of new planets and stars, Fly Me to the Moon.
There you go. Did you have a question for me, Jimmy?
I didn't have a question for you.
Have you seen Joey around? Joey Doves?
I have not. I'll tell you the truth. I just been busy. I haven't spoke to anybody. I was trying to talk to Don Berlin. I've been contacting him back and forth. Me and him, we've been going back and forth, but I never had the chance to get on the phone with him and talk to him because I've just been busy with my kids. I've been between 4th of July, I went to PA for a couple of days. And, I worked the other night. I was actually supposed to work last night. But just, so much going on. But, hopefully I could talk to Don soon. If he's available, he could come on. But, so much goes on sometimes where you got to catch up on a couple of things.
Yeah. I just wanted to stop in and say hello. Keep you in my prayers.
Gunsmoke just put up your channel.
Oh, thank you, Gunsmoke. You're a good guy. I
See
appreciate
that?
that.
There you go.
Yeah, that's interesting. You just put it right in the chat, huh? But no, I just wanted to stop in and let you know uh, that I'm keeping you in my prayers. I'm keeping Willie in my prayers. If
Yeah,
anybody needs help.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to Willie in a couple of days.
Okay. Well, I sent him a text and too, but I think he's been busy. But anyhow, that's the story. Uh, yeah, I just wanted to pop in, say hi to everybody, and kind of tired, but I really enjoyed the show tonight, and that's about it, Jimmy. I wish you the
Yeah,
best.
yeah, and it's always good to see you. You know what? Listen, you're a regular around here, so come here anytime. I haven't spoken to Joey Dubs. I wish Joey Dubs would come on. You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I really like that guy. He's a funny man, and we'll get together sometime like we did in May, or was it April or whatever. But I wanted to say hi to Boston and your Live and Let Live, and I'm Eddie G, who's a great guy, and everybody
Yeah,
else. I don't remember all the names, but appreciate you all, and have and make it a good night, okay, Jimmy?
and you too, Gerard. And we're always here for you. Anytime you want to come on, we're here.
Yeah, I've been real tired lately, and I don't know, my mind's not in the right spot, so I'm doing some short videos on YouTube about my observing of the moon, but keep my head going right. But other than that, I'm doing okay. And have a good night, okay? Good night, everybody in the chat.
You too, Gerard. Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome. See you.
Gerard. The big man, Jimmy, why Carmine? He doesn't know the truth. He can't shine your shoes. I don't get it. I don't understand what this means. The big man. Jimmy, why Carmine? He doesn't know the truth. He can't shine your shoes. I don't get it. I don't understand that. You would have to tell me what you're talking about. But if anybody wants to come on, see, Jimmy, you ever been out to Cali? Yes, I have. I have been to Cali. That's my daughter's name, Cali. That's why I made my daughter. That's why I named it Cali. So yes, I have been out to Cali. I actually love California. California is beautiful. Let's see. David Gallant. Jimmy, hope all is well. Swinging through to show some love. God bless. God bless you too. Let's see. Live and let live. Gunsmoke to Don. Laugh out loud. I'm going to keep pushing them. They're going Gunsmoke show. I'll go on Gunsmoke show anytime. Anytime Gunsmoke wants me to go on, I'll go on. No problem. He knows that. I have no problem going on with Gunsmoke. I love Gunsmoke. That's my guy, Gunsmoke. Steve Cutler, we punch back, Jimmy. Jesse Roth, hi Jimmy. Hi Jesse. Rob D, did you get new merchandise? I'm still waiting. I actually, I'm going to call Mike the Printer tomorrow. Mike the Printer, if you're watching, come on. I drop a link, come on. Harris Paint, Jimmy, can you talk about that movie project meeting in Vegas? You know what? It's not a movie project. I'm just meeting some people. It's not a movie project. I'm networking with some people. But you know what? When it happens, I'll let you know. And I'm not going to be talking about things that are going on until after they're done. The big man, Jimmy, why call me? He does not know the truth. He's not in your class. Can't shine your shoes. You know why? I don't get why. I'm so sure. I don't even know what you're talking about. The big man. I don't even know what you're talking about. Eddie G, thank you, bro. Hope you're having a good weekend. Gonna smoke the Don. I don't know where Joey Doves is. I haven't seen him. I'm so ready. Jimmy, my man, what were some places you like when you were in Northside Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was great, man. I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a party city. Pittsburgh. Let's see. What do you have in Pittsburgh? You got Carlson Street, right? You got what do you got? The Mexican streets out there, but Carlson Street's you got South Street. Pittsburgh's beautiful, man. It really is. I love Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a small city, but they love their hockey. They love their sports. You have a statue of, what's the guy's name, in front of the Pittsburgh Pirates stadium over there. Somebody give it to me. McKees Rocks. I'm from McKees Rocks. Just moved close to Philly a couple years ago. McKees Rocks, tough. It's tough out there, McKees Rocks. There you go, Roberto Clemente. There you go, Jay. You know. I was going to say I wasn't sure. Roberto Clemente, he was great too. Yeah, you got a statue in front of Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium. And then you have the art gallery that's 2 blocks away from that stadium. What's his name? The famous artist that passed away. He did the Campbell soup can. No, Ted Williams is Boston. I know that. Anyway, I forgot his name. He's a famous artist. Not Keith Haring. Keith Haring, I think Keith Haring's New York. Andy Warhol, there you go. Eddie G. Andy Warhol, you're right. Gunsmoke the Don. Jimmy, how much money could you collect from fishing at those banks back in the day? Thousands. Lots of money. And we had a generation that did it before us and a generation that did it before them. But I'm talking about, you could get close to $1 million doing that stuff. At that time, millions of dollars. Kidding me? Gerard Bellafiore, when he used to rob banks and he went fishing, there was times he got over $1 million. That's how much money you can make. What happened with Gerard was he was dating some girl in Miami, and he ended up taking a pinch, and he had like $500,000 in his ceiling. So once they arrested him, the feds, the girl took all the money and took off. True story. Let's see what else we got over here. Mike up north, Toast in the chat. 73 likes, button guys. Yeah, everyone do me a favor. Can you hit the like button, please? I appreciate that if you could do that. If you could hit that like button for me, that'd be cool. Pittsburgh is the only city that takes 15 minutes to walk from one end to another. No traffic at 6 p.m. I don't think so, buddy. Pittsburgh, I think it takes a little longer than that. And one thing about Pittsburgh, I'll tell you this much. You got some crazy areas out there. They'll fucking kill you in a minute out in Pittsburgh. No lie. Let's see what else is going on over here. Was Gerard Bellafiore in the Bath Avenue crew? No, he wasn't. He was not in the Bath Avenue crew. Gerard Bellafiore was just a squad guy. I brought him around Bath Avenue, but Gerard was just a money kid. He used to love to steal cars, and he had the best cars. Always boom boxes in the trunk. This kid was driving around like $150,000 car when I met him. He made tons of money, Gerard. Everybody knew him. Gunsmoke the Don. Nobody wants to die in Pittsburgh. Gunsmoke the Don shot. When I was over Gerard's, rest in peace, family's house, they really didn't want to speak about Gerard. Of course not. Well, you know what? That's the thing. They should speak about him. Keep his memory alive. Well, let's see. JD. Hi, Jimmy. Have you ever met or seen this banana guy called Tony Mara or heard stories about him on the streets? Yeah, Tony Mara was a real tough guy. If you owed him $1, he'd be up your ass. If you owed him $1. What year and color was your Corvette, Jimmy? You know what? Those things I don't even like to even talk about no more. It's like that's just like old news, like the Corvette and the fancy things and stuff like that. It's like I'm at a totally different place in my life. Like I love to give you guys the stories. You know, for example, we're on Gerard. Let's talk about Gerard for a second. The reason why Gerard came home and robbed another bank is I'm going to tell you why. Because he finished doing a couple years and he did cooperate with the government. A lot of people cooperate with the government. And when he came home, he didn't have no money. And this is the thing with guys who used to have money. See, people who never had money, you can actually move on and go forward in life. But people who always had money, you can't come home to no money. And that's what happened with Gerard. What happened with Gerard was he came home and he had no money. He went to go see Chris Paciello. And he asked Chris to borrow some money. He said, Chris, can you lend me $50,000? You know, I'll give it back to you as soon as I get it, maybe a couple months. And Chris pushed him away. And Chris told him, he said, no, Gerard. He says, I can't lend you nothing. He said, matter of fact, you know what? I don't want you coming around here no more. Now, Gerard was a tough kid too. I mean, not as tough as Chris because Gerard's more score guy. I mean, Chris, you know, he's a German kid, big, workout. And Gerard did a couple of scores with Chris's brother, George. So, you know, they end up taking a pinch. And, you know, a lot of them cooperated to get out of jail, telling, you know, little stories. It's not that they even told on each other. They just cooperated and said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did that score. Yeah, I did that bank. When Gerard copped out to maybe 50 banks. So when he came home, he had no money. So, you know, he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to show Chris that I'm going to do the same thing he's doing. I'm going to make some money. I'm going to open up a club too. And what he did was he went to go rob a bank. As he's robbing the bank, this one of the alarms go off on the night deposit box. It's actually, you could Google it and you could read about it. And the sheriff comes. And Gerard has this Freddy Krueger mask on. And the sheriff comes and Gerard throws something at the sheriff. And as he throws it at the sheriff shoots him 3 times. Pop, pop, pop. He ends up getting arrested. When he gets arrested, they put him underneath the knife. And that's when he dies. So, but you know what? To me, I got a lot of good memories with Gerard. Gerard had a big heart. He helped a lot of people. He's one thing about Gerard. If you were struggling, if you had to get your rent paid, he would give you the money. But his mother was a born again Christian. I know that because the mother used to preach to me all the time. But he was a good kid. And just because people do foolish things in life, I did a lot of foolish things in life. What you do is eventually you grow up. You're not that kid anymore. You learn from your mistakes. But Gerard went to go do a score. He wasn't looking to hurt nobody. He just wanted to make some money. He wanted to open up a business or something. And that was our thinking process back then. That's how a lot of people think. Wait, let me do the score. With this money, I could open up a business. I could fall back. It'll make my life a little easier. But then in the course of, doing that score, you end up getting killed. You go away. You might hurt somebody by accident, and things like this happen. In the Bible, it says, carry, someone carries a stick, eventually you're going to use it. So we don't know what's going to happen in the course of, the path you take. Life is funny sometimes. Brad, you're the GOAT explaining that growing up part, Jimmy. Well, you know what? It's just, look, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I look back on a lot of friends I lost. I look back on my life, and it was not peachy and creams. The reason why we did a lot of things we did because you don't have, and you want to make life easier, not only for you, but for the people around you. Someday you want to be a business owner. Someday you want to make money and put that money towards good use. That's going to build you maybe an empire or something. Not everyone gets as lucky as me as far as, coming forward. I'm in a better place now. But the best thing I ever did was come forward, And a lot of people are jealous about that too. That, what? I'm out here, I'm living my life. But you know what? Listen, my life ain't no peaches and cream. There's a lot of things in my life I have to live with. So and a lot of things bother me. But every day I got to go forward. I got to take care of my kids. I got to take care of myself. And whoever don't like it, they're gonna have to live with it. There's a lot of things I don't like, but I have to live with it. Bay 13, Jimmy, did you ever eat at the Puritan Diner across the street from Tommaso's? Where did you and Paulie G go eat? What was some of your favorite spots? The Puritan Diner, we used to eat there all the time. Okay, that was right across the street from Tommaso's. That's actually on Bay 8th and 86th Street. Right across the street, Frankie the Chico got blown up. We used to eat the Puritan all the time, okay? Actually, I remember one time when me, Paulie G, Joe Benanti, we eating at the Puritan Diner, and all of a sudden, Philly Dogs walks in, okay? Philly Dogs was a Gambino guy, and he just had, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, he had a fist fight with Joe Benanti. And Paulie G tells Joe Benanti, he says, Joe, you want me to beat this guy up right now? I'll give him a fucking beating. And Joe said, no, Paulie, you can't act like that. But that just goes to show you how Paulie G was. Paulie G was very loyal to people he cared about. But Joe Benanti stopped him. He said, no, Paulie, you can't, be like that. We'll never win that way. But there was a lot of spots. We had the place on 20th Avenue in Bath. We had a couple spots in Bay Ridge. I forget the names, but they were tiny spots. Wow, Gerard Bellafiore sounds like a really great friend to have. Wish I knew him. It's good that you kept his memory alive, Jimmy. Let people know what he was like. Yeah, he was a great kid, Gerard. He really was. If I had Willie Galloway on here, he would tell you how much he misses him. He really, and he was a funny kid. I mean, my sister could tell you, my brother could tell you. This kid used to come in my house, and there was times my mother would have Christian Bible studies, and he would just pull out money. He would give, I mean, he would put money in the horn that they pass around, and you put the money in. But you know, when I was a kid too, like I did a lot of things where, you know, in the movie, whether it was one of these movies, they say, you know what, okay, I say a couple of Hail Marys, and God will forgive me. And that's the way we thought when we were kids, you know, that God will forgive you. You could do something wrong and God will forgive you. But you know, then you grow up. A lot of my friends didn't grow up. A lot of them were murdered. A lot of them overdosed. And you know, not only did their parents cry, but other people's parents cried, you know, because of things we did, and other families cried, you know. But you know, there's things we can't take back. It's only things we got to move on. We got to go forward, you know. But we could make our past right by just making, you know, every day count and doing the right thing. But you have some people that are self-righteous in life. They don't make you live down these things because they're so jealous. They really are. They're so jealous inside their heart. It's eating them up. They just think about me. But let them just keep on thinking about me, because I'm the one that have to live with what I've done. And I'm the one who has to make it right every day. William Gallery was a great guest last time. Jimmy, any chance he'll be back? You know, Willie's working on himself right now. Willie's welcome on here anytime. I want him to come on more often, but you know, that's on him. I can't control Willie. Willie has his own life. You know, I talk to Willie every so often, but hopefully he's doing good. You know, I focus on me. As long as I focus on myself, I'm gonna be okay. I don't worry about you, this one, that one. You know, if I can help somebody along the way, but I gotta focus on me. That's the only way I'm going to be okay, and my kids are going to be okay. Frank Marcia, Jimmy, don't listen to the bullshit out here. You have come a long way and have found your way. And God's help. Keep on going, brother. You're doing great. Thank you, Marcia. Frank Marcia, thank you. Frank, I'm not sure if I'm not sure who you are, Frank. I think I know who you are. I'm not sure. But I don't know. Send me an email. If you got my email, just send me an email. I think I know who you are. If I do, I hope everything's good. I hope your mom's good, your sister, stuff like that. Let's see. When is Tommy Dates coming back? Tommy Dates is going to come back probably this week. I spoke to Tommy Dates earlier. I basically speak to Tommy Dates every day. Me and him talk. Tommy Dates is you know, a great guy. He's like a big brother to me. And he's always there for me. So yeah, he's definitely a great friend to have. Here's another one. Pepino. Jimmy, did you ever hang out with Messy Marvin? What was he like? Messy Marvin, I did. I was in his company a couple times. It's really funny because when you were around Messy Marvin was a quiet kid. Okay. And there's a lot of things he did that I didn't even know he did. Because when you do things, I mean, you don't tell the world what you did. You know, so everyone in the neighborhood did something, whether you were involved in a murder, whether you robbed a bank, whatever you did. You don't go around after you do it and brag about it. You know, you keep your mouth shut and you never talk about it again. That's just the way it was. But, you know, Messy Marvin, he was involved in a lot of things. He was very friendly with the kid, John Papa, and he knew a lot of things Johnny Papa did. I remember one time I came out of court and some little kid Joey was there. Messy Marvin was there with the kid Mike DeRosa, and some girl was in the car too. And they said, Jimmy, you want to lift home? I'm going that way. And I got in the car with them, and they drove me home. And in the car we had some conversations here and there, but you don't know who you get in the car with. You think you get in the car with people you know. Meanwhile, this one was involved in that. That one was involved in this. I mean, you don't know what these people are involved in, but you know they're from the neighborhood. But after you do something, you don't talk about it. Lorraine Baitolo. Jimmy, God knows our hearts, and it's what you're doing today. And just thank God every day. You seem down. You know what? It's not that I'm down, Lorraine. And I'm not down. I'm actually in a good mood. It's just every so often, life takes a toll on you. I'm not a robot. Nobody's a robot out there. But believe me, I'm fine. I got some good people in my life. One of them is my boy Eddie G. My boy Eddie G, he's in my corner. I talk to him more often. We're going to be doing something together. He's a great guy. But Lorraine, thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Let's see. Vincent Vega. That's the difference from back in the day and today. Today, these kids can't keep their mouths shut. Well, back in the day, you didn't want nobody to know anything you did. My cousin grew up on Bay 23rd and Bad. We used to want to be like you guys, but we were also scared of Bad Avenue crew. I'm like 15 years younger than you. I am Man 718. Well, what was the kid's name? Little Tommy, what's his name? Tommy Leadhead? He ended up getting killed. May I ask, how do you give up the life totally? I know you're doing the right thing, but this is in you. You know what? Some people can't give up that life. And then some people have no choice but to give up the life. But the thing is, there's certain things inside everybody and still in everybody. If you have to defend yourself one day, I'm sure that's inside of you. But you act accordingly. I mean, if you put yourself around good people, you learn good things. If you put yourself around bad people, you learn bad things. Hey, Jimmy, hang in there. Love the lives with Tommy Dades. Robert D'Angelo, wishing you all the best, Jimmy. Thank you. You too. Wishing all you people the best. Every day, wishing you good things. It's who you put in your life. All right, let's see what this one is. Lead the Vanzo to the bank at the mall. He got caught. Yes, he did. I remember that actually when he did it. He did get caught. That was with, I think, the kid Beck, Albanian kid. Now look, it's not easy robbing banks. Some people think it's easy. Look, I never, ever gave a note to anybody. Okay? Some people give notes, and then they give it, then the teller gives you the money, you run away, and the money blows up. I never robbed a bank like that. I never did an armed robbery with a bank. I never went in there and said, stuck it up. I never did that before. I did night deposit boxes. I smashed a couple windows, jumped through, stuff like that. That's the banks I robbed. Did Georgie Damo and John Papa know each other? If so, did Georgie and Gerard Papa killed his dad? No, Georgie and John Papa did not know each other. But their fathers knew each other, for sure. Absolutely. I'm really glad you changed your life now. I really have a reason to look up to you. You have a great message. That's why I listen to your channel. Stay strong. Iron Man 718. Thank you. And if you're from the neighborhood, reach out to me. My email, therealjimmycalandra@gmail.com. Reach out to me. I'm not going to tell nobody who you are. Say, I know the way the neighborhood works. listen, you know what? In that neighborhood, you had a lot of bad guys, but you had a lot of good people too. Jimmy, who wins, Tommy Dades or Georgie Conti in boxing? Tommy eats his liver in 25 seconds. You give a question with the answer. You know who wins that. Come on. I'll tell you one thing about Tommy Dades. Tommy Dades is a tough guy. 100%. Anybody who knows him, believe me, they'll tell you he's a tough guy. And he'll tell you now because he's humble. I'm old and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. He's old. Well, he'll still get down, believe me. It's very hard to make that change and live legit. I made that decision 20 plus years ago upon my release. Well, you know what? You're a prime good example, right? I don't know what kind of criminal you were at one time, Tommy Stiggs, but you know what? Sooner or later, you have to, right? If not, you're going to keep on going in and out of jail. And eventually, you probably go to jail forever. But it's also the company you keep. You know, if you change your company, I mean, you'll probably change your life. There's an old saying, you know what? You tell me who your friends are, and I'm going to tell you what your future is. So you got to put good people in your life. And you know what? Everything else will take place. Put good people in your life. If you put yourself around bad people, eventually bad things are going to happen. It's just the way it is. Tommy Wanaka. That's funny. Let's see. Jimmy, what did you think of Wild Bill and his crew? Powerhouse in the 90s. Who did you like in his crew? Well, listen, I always liked Wild Bill. I think he was a respectful guy. And, his crew, he had a couple guys in his crew. But I don't want to talk about that right now. I don't want to mention all these wise guys' names and stuff like that. I know a couple of guys that flipped in his crew. I know a couple of guys that one guy just came home from his crew. There's a couple other guys. You remember your friend's birthday, little Georgie. It shows what kind of person you are. Friendship is never free. Listen, I look back on all my friends. I'm going to tell you the truth on all of them. And a lot of my friends were murdered very young. And that's the sad thing, not only for their families, but for them. Because we all really had a good future out there. We had a lot of potential to become, whether it was construction worker all your life, whether you drove a truck, whatever you could have done, it could have been a more positive thing than just getting killed, and having a memory behind you. And, there's a lot of, for example, John Polio. Georgie Conti killed John Polio. For what? What reason? For what? The kid's 19 years old. What do you kill a 19-year-old kid for? Tell me. Same thing with Calco killing Jack Sherman. What do you kill a 19-year-old kid for? It's fucking crazy. It really is. It's nuts. Jimmy, you have to punch these bums out. I'm your guy. I'll back you up always and forever. Trent, thank you. Thank you, Trent. I appreciate it. If I need you, stick around. Thanks. Let's see. I just saw something. Tommy Dades grew up with my brother Louie and my sister-in-law, Michelle Melfi, 47th and 8th Avenue, Sunset Park, a hangout between Flannery's Bar. Jimmy, are you looking different business opportunities in different cities, or do you see yourself staying in New York City? No. I don't see myself staying in New York City. Definitely going to venture out and see what happens. I'm networking with some good people. And, when things happen, I'll talk about it. Right now, I'm just keeping things to myself and see where things go. But absolutely, I don't think I'll be staying in New York City. I've been in New York City all my life. The way New York City is going, my morals and values are a lot different than the way this city is run. For instance, you had this guy Adams, the mayor Adams, saying that all the kids need to be vaccinated before they go back to school. It was just online. I was reading it, and these are things I don't agree with. So I don't see myself staying in New York forever. If doors open up and opportunities open up, I will definitely take an opportunity for sure and see where that goes. 100%. Beck, Brooklyn. Jimmy, it's crazy when you're young and your parents tell you not to hang out late because there's nothing but trouble. And when you get older, you realize how right they are. It's the truth, right? It really is. Because there's nothing out there. Yeah, you want to hang out with your friends and you want to, have fun with your friends and things like that. But you realize, what? You're not missing nothing. That's what I tell people. Like people who I talk to that left New York, maybe they're in Florida, maybe they're in North Carolina, or maybe they're somewhere else. I tell them like this: I said, listen, you're not missing nothing over here. There's nothing going on. Seriously. I'll tell you, I went to Pennsylvania for a couple of days with my kids, and in Pennsylvania, you wake up in the morning. It's a little chilly and stuff. I love it. You have the horses, you have chickens, you have dogs, cats. I mean, it's beautiful. You have big land out there, and I love it out there. It's beautiful. I definitely see myself someday living in the country. I think it's a beautiful thing to live in the country, and it's very peaceful out there. And that's what I enjoy in my life. I enjoy peace. And if anyone don't give me peace, I do not want to be around them. That's 100%. And anyone who knows me knows that. Like Brooklyn, my dad grew up in BK as well, and he would say the freaks come out at night. Yeah, but New York is not with the New York that I grew up with. New York back in the day was a lot different. Today's New York is people come from other states and other countries, and you ask them where you're from, they go, I'm from New York. But they're not from New York. All the New York people are leaving. Boston J, Jimmy, we love you. I love you too, Boston J. All you guys out there, all you guys that support me, that are here for me, I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for the support, for the love. It means a lot to me. And hopefully we could just keep on doing this. And let me see. I know Tommy is a real hitter puncher. I hope I meet you guys one day. Sure. Like I said, you have my email is therealjimmycalandra@gmail.com. You can reach out. Maybe one day we can do lunch or something. Jimmy, did you ever have a pre-nomination about cooperating before you did, or did it just happen? John Panisi. I don't know if that's the real John. Well, I never ever thought about cooperating. I'm saying until my back was against the wall and I was defeated, And once I started seeing a lot of other people started rolling and coming forward, I said, you know what? Plus, I have a beautiful family. They tell me, Jimmy, you just came home, you finished doing 6 years, you're back in jail, people are rolling on you. You know what? Forget about this life. This life, what did this life do for you? That's what my family members were telling me. Jimmy, what did this life do for you? This life didn't do anything for me. Seriously. I was not a made guy. I never took an oath to a family. So, you know, all these people who say this and that, I mean, these people are just jealous. That's what they are. They're just jealous. So, listen, I know I did the right thing. I'm so glad I did it because all that is behind me. It's gone, and I'm going forward. And a lot of doors are opening. A lot of good things are happening. And, you know, one day at a time. Chiba man, you're the man, Jimmy. We're all growing together. Now's the time more than ever for love and compassion. Yes, absolutely, for sure. You know, a lot of you guys have a lot of good questions here. You know, a lot of good sayings. See Roro G. Roger Malia Touch. So at Flushing and D&G practice. You're my childhood memory. Roderick Molina. Okay. John Panisi. My grandparents' ghost told me to write. Did your grandparents' ghost tell you the corner time exposed? Now this is something that's really stupid, okay? Someone who makes stupid comments and lies. You know. But I wish that girl would come forward, you know. But it just goes to show you, see these people on here, they hate to see anyone do good. They really do. And I'm going to continue to do good. I'm going to continue to smile and have a good time and live the best life I can. Give my life to God. And you people out there, you devils, you people could never beat me. It's never going to happen ever. And I'm going to continue to be successful and make friends and have fun until my last breath. So all you people that think you could come on here and say something that's going to irritate me against my skin, it's never going to happen, ever. You can't get underneath my skin. Never. You can't beat me. See your cheap words with your no facts. That's what you people have out there. There's no facts to anything you say. Okay? Nothing. There's not one fact to anything you say. And to all you lowlifes out there, because that's what you people are. Gunsmoke the Don, great kid. And Gunsmoke the Don, we can do a show whenever you want. Let me know. I'll do a show with you. All you gotta do is ask. I'll do a show with you. But to all you losers out there, because that's what you guys are, a bunch of losers, you know, that want to come on someone else's channel and wait, let me make a comment. I mean, it makes no sense. Are you guys really that bored with your life? You think your weak words could get under my skin? It's impossible. It can't happen. That's a great attitude, Jimmy. Of course it is. These people are so weak. It's funny. It really is. It's funny. They're so weak. And the thing is, what's so weak is that they have to go underneath a false name. Show your real name. That's what you need to do. Show your real name. Go underneath a false name. That's how weak they are. But I'm doing so good. I'm working on 27,000 followers. They're so jealous of me. Let them keep on coming. Hopefully next year at this time, we hit 100,000 followers. That would be really nice. And then maybe someday 1 million followers. Just keep on growing, becoming successful. And that's to everyone out there. Just keep on growing, become successful. Network with people. Jealousy and animosity. It's eating them up so bad inside that what they do is all they do is create false tales and lies about people. That's what they do. But I'm going to let you know. You're never going to get me off of here. I'm always going to be here. Okay? I'm never going to run from you because I don't fear none of yous. I think yous are all parasites, you people out there. You know, all you bad people out there. That's all yous are parasites. And all the good people out there, I love you guys. Let's see what else we got over here. Jimmy, just live, laugh. People who have nothing good to say about themselves will always troll and hate. Take a walk, haters. Exactly. But this is the thing. It's all false stories. This is what they create. All fake, false stories. I mean, say something. Say the truth. Do you got any truth to you people? I mean, and put your real name out there. All fake names. Let's see what else we got over here. Boston J. Jimmy, the hell with the devils. We are God's workers. Absolutely, Jay. Amen. Let's see what I got over here. Almost 2 hours. I'm here almost 2 hours. Boston J. I have a few questions for him. Finky Jr. What do you got? Let's go. Bring it. Jimmy, are you still planning to do your Sunday 4 p.m. tomorrow? You know what? That's the thing. I was actually talking to somebody about that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to come on tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to give you a Beth Avenue story for sure. I was going to give you one tonight, but I said, let me come on. But I will give you a Beth Avenue story. But listen, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support, for the love. It means a lot to me. I'll do a video tomorrow, a Beth Avenue story. So, everyone, listen, have a great night. It's Saturday night. It's getting late over here. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Let's see. He says, Jimmy, I can't lie. I look forward on Sundays. But you know what? A lot of people say that. They look forward on Sundays. Maybe, maybe I will do one tomorrow. Because I know a lot of people like to come on. I know it helps a lot of people. So maybe I will. Diane, thank you. Same to you. It's a pity for some people. It's easy to try and run someone down as opposed to offering people a hand up. Yeah, but they can't run me down. It's impossible. It's never, ever going to happen. What I've been through in my life, it's never going to happen. These people are so miserable. Sitting at home, they're miserable. They're watching me flourish. I'm just flourishing. I'm getting bigger and bigger. Well, you know what? Maybe I will come on tomorrow, guys, okay? That's what I'm going to start doing. I will come on tomorrow. How about that? All right, so listen, guys, everyone have a good night. Let me go. I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Tomorrow, I'll come on. Have a great night, Jimmy. Be easy, bro. Do one, bro. Maybe I'll come chop it up with you. If I'm welcome, be safe, bro. Have a good night. Okay, Sonny, you too. Have a good night. Everyone have a good night. Diana McCain for your super chat. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Okay, guys, let me go. I'm here 2 hours. Listen, I love you guys. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good night, guys. Bye.
The streets will never make you grow. It's not a seed, it's a gutter. There's no happy endings in this life. So this is my message to you. The streets will never love you back.